in my opinion, has had the best preseason out of any Knicks player on that floor. Mikal Bridges. He has looked like one of the best two-way players in the NBA during this preseason. He has looked like that Mikal Bridges that we traded for. And you know, ironically, during this preseason, I haven't heard anything about all of those picks that we traded to get him. You want to know why? Because finally, under Mike Brown, he has been unlocked, and he looks exactly like that Mikal Bridges that the Knicks thought they were trading for a couple of seasons ago. Now we have that Mikal Bridges on this team, and let me tell you guys, he looks phenomenal. Shout out to New York Basketball on the app X for giving us this following information. As you can see here, Mikal Bridges last night had 16 points, 7 of 16 from the field, very efficient, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Mikal Bridges did a little bit of everything, and he was everywhere. And shout out to Knicks Videos on the app X for giving us this following information. Here's what Mike Brown had to say about Mikal Bridges and his defensive effort last night against the Charlotte Hornets. According to him, he's a first-team all-defender. It's evident. There's no question in my mind of what he does out there on the floor. It's a lot of the little things he does that I hope don't go unnoticed. Just huge praise here for Mikal Bridges from head coach Mike Brown. He clearly loves Mikal Bridges' play and effort on both sides of the ball. And I said it before, and I will say it again. The best player during preseason on both sides of the ball has been Mikal Bridges, by far. This new aggressive Mikal Bridges is by far my favorite version of him. He is aggressively getting rebounds, offensive rebounds, and on those offensive rebounds, he is passing it to an open shooter, or he is scoring himself, getting an and one, and he's going to the line. He is always making the right play. There was one play last night that I thought was impossible because of how insane it looked. Mikal Bridges misses an open three-point shot, and then the Hornets, they're running on the other end. They're looking like they're going to get a fast break, and then Mikal Bridges, out of nowhere, remember, he just missed that three-point shot. He comes into frame, comes into focus, and blocks the shot. How did he get there? He went from offense to defense in a split second. I have never seen that before. Not from Mikal Bridges. That level of defense, his focus, his level of commitment to the game under Mike Brown. It is out of this planet if he continues to play like that. Mikal Bridges in this weakened Eastern Conference, he might earn an all-star bid. That's how good he looks on both sides of the ball. Aggressive on offense, hitting those mid-ranges, hitting those threes, hitting layups, getting rebounds, aggressive on defense, getting deflections, getting steals, getting blocks. What else do you want Mikal to do? This is the Mikal that the Knicks traded for. And he looks just as good as we all remember him to be. This Mikal Bridges will help the Knicks get a championship. I absolutely believe it. He looks incredible. This episode is presented by FanDuel. And shout out to channel sponsor FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, for giving us this following information and these latest odds on who's going to win the opening night matchup between the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, Knicks fans, let's break down these FanDuel odds for opening night so you can understand exactly what you're looking at here. The Knicks are favored by 4 points at home, which means Vegas expects the Knicks to take care of business at the Garden. If you bet the Knicks to cover the spread, the Knicks need to win by at least 5 points for that to cash in. Now, check out that money line. The Knicks are at -168 versus the Cavs, who are at +142. And the over-under is at 229.5 total points. So if you think it's going to be a defensive grind, like we've seen before between these two teams, then take the under. But if you expect a fast pace now with Jalen Brunson and this Knicks team playing under Mike Brown, then that over might look tempting. The bottom line is the Knicks are slight favorites, but this matchup is going to be very competitive. But at the end of the day, it's always Jalen Brunson over Donovan Mitchell. But he was not the only impressive young player last night. Trey Jemison III. I cannot believe the Knicks stole this kid, have him as a two-way player on a two-way contract for this team, and the Lakers actually let him walk. New York didn't have to give up one thing to get this kid on this team. Now that he's on a two-way deal with the Knicks and the way he's been playing in preseason, New York is never going to let him go. They're going to develop him, and then when he's ready, New York is going to offer him a standard NBA contract, and he is going to be a future center for this team. And by the looks of it, that's the right move. Blocking shots, getting rebounds, has a hook shot, back to the basket game, and he's still developing. He can still get better. The Knicks, with this signing, absolute home run. And last night, Trey Jemison III showed you exactly why. Knicks two-way big man Trey Jemison in the final preseason game. 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, 1 out of 2 from the field, plus 20 in 26 minutes, which is a game high. Trey Jemison III, he is just so impressive. He is so strong, can get rebounds, can block shots. He plays the right way. And did you guys see that pass Jalen Brunson gave him when he was running behind him? And then he was able to finish so effortlessly. These are the type of plays we need to see this team run and be able to finish. And the only way you're able to do that is to have the right players on this team. And if you're not able to sign these players, either because you don't have enough room on your team or you don't have the necessary funds because you're close to the cap, then there's only one other way to get this type of talent on your team. Be smart, be aggressive, use your contracts right, and try to identify talent any way you can. And with your draft picks, get those type of talented players. The Knicks did exactly that. Use their two-way contract well with Trey Jemison III. And then drafting this kid, Mohamed Diawara, in the second round, when everybody said he was a project, maybe for 3+ years. And now it looks like after 1 year, Mohamed Diawara could develop into the player that the Knicks need off the bench next season. He could be a future piece for New York off the bench at a very low cost because he's homegrown. Let's not forget Trey Jemison III, though. Because of the way the Knicks are looking right now in the future, they may not be able to keep all the players that they want to keep on this team. And having low-cost additions like Trey Jemison III on your roster, that's the best type of players to have. Because let's say the Knicks, they can't afford to keep Mitchell Robinson, and he walks. They trade him to another team, or something else happens, an injury happens, something like that that we don't want to talk about. Because, of course, we don't want to see any of these things happen. But we have to acknowledge they're a possibility. And if they happen, the Knicks, they're going to need a backup plan. What better backup plan to have than a low-cost addition like Trey Jemison III? But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.